has Phoenix changed you?
It hasn't. I changed it. Next question.
Hi, my name is Yelena. I am the editor-in-chief of the Phoenix, and I don't sleep ever. My favorite part about the Phoenix would have to be the people that are involved inside the publication, because all of them are different in their own way, and it's just spectacular to see them all just grow and develop in their own wacky, crazy way. I guess a lot of them are freshmen, maybe 60–70% of them are freshmen, so they're all kind of wild and crazy and spirited and interesting, definitely. They are definitely the bravest freshmen I've ever known. They go up to the podium regularly, and some of them sing, some of them show up without underpants. I'm kind of ashamed to say that, but it's true. And it just makes for a great reading. I'm proud of them all, and I'm really happy to know them.
To be editor-in-chief of the Phoenix requires a lot of time, dedication, and commitment. It's one of the biggest jobs in the school, and the Phoenix does so many things that it's difficult to cover every aspect of the Phoenix and to try to oversee it and make sure that it's working. From our digital endeavors to our actual production of the magazine, to communicating with sources outside of the school and events and such, is really difficult. When I first took the job, I was absolutely terrified. I felt that come my senior year or even my junior year, which was this year, I'd lead the Phoenix to burn down in flames, no pun intended. But with the help of my co-editor-in-chief, Yelena, and the guidance of Mr. O, and every one of the team of editors, from Nicolas to Anna to Jason to Teresa to Barrios to Ferwina, I've really gained a lot of confidence, and I feel that I've learned to be a better leader than ever before. And I feel that I've been able to become more assertive with the Phoenix and to be able to guide other people in exploring their passions, and that's one of the most valuable things to me.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm a junior, and I'm the business manager at the Phoenix. And yeah, I do money stuff. The Phoenix has helped me to become a much more open person. I feel like I'm much more in touch with myself and able to open up to people and not be afraid to share my imagination or my thoughts and not condemn them as weird anymore. When I first became a part of the editorial staff, they told me I was too normal and that would change very quickly. And it's okay not to be normal, and I think the Phoenix really shows that we accept everyone and we're open and we welcome everything.
Hi, fellow Phoenix members and stuff. I'm glad I met you guys. It's coming into the Phoenix. I didn't know what to expect of. Like, you hear stories, and you're like, oh, they're a thing, like a cult, sort of. And well, you guys are a cult, but a good kind. Really good, creative, funny, crazy. Actually, that's not. Actually, yeah, crazy is a good word. Crazy, fun, like all that stuff. It made my transition like really easy, easier. And so, thank you for doing you all.
Hi, I'm Nicolas, Barrios, Communications Manager of the Phoenix and future Editor-in-Chief. My favorite thing about the Phoenix is that it's almost like a family. Everyone has their quirky personality, and there's always someone you can fit in, whether it be the photography or writing, or on the editorial team.
What did I like the best this year? I think I liked being surprised this year. That was my favorite moment. I really thought you guys were going to crash and burn with the 4 issues, and you moved it from an annual publication to a quarterly. And I don't know how you did it, but you did it without being told. That was your original idea. In fact, I was doing my best to discourage you. And on top of that, you did it on your own terms financially. You didn't ask anyone for anything. You didn't become a nuisance to anyone. You didn't become a hardship or burden to anyone. You did it on your own terms, and I respect that tremendously. And once again in my life, I am, proven wrong by the greatness of young people's minds. When you young people set your minds to accomplish something, you really believe in it, you will get it done. And I think, you just have to remember that, whatever you set your mind to and you really believe in it, you will accomplish it. So there. My favorite moment, going quarterly.
My most successful moment, I think, is when I was able to unite the members of the art group together, because that's really a hard thing that I faced. Everyone came from different backgrounds, everyone came from different grades. It was just like, how do you, bridge that gap between everyone? But, there were times when everyone laughed at my jokes, when I was a fool, when I was like really sassy. That was great. Because I think people might have been, a little closer to each other because of me as a link between them. I guess I could be a role model to them, or inspiration, or an entertainer. Queen of Sass, yeah. I agree with that.
Hi, Rowena, layout editor of the Phoenix. So how have I changed since the Phoenix? Because of the Phoenix, I definitely paid more attention to graphic design and, playing around with Photoshop and InDesign and Illustrator more. And because of the Phoenix, because we published, magazines and a book at the end. I pay more attention to publishing and how things are made and how they look, and the aesthetic quality you see in things that are produced, because because I have an art background and a photography background, that it's helped a lot, and it makes me think that pursuing art, either by publishing or being a photographer, is possible, and it's very fun. And I decided that I need to pursue art for the rest of my life, because it's what's important to me, and it makes me happy.
How did I impact the Phoenix? Well, I don't know. I hope I provided a creative space for young people who feel like they can write and create and have a publication of their own, and who feel like the school is their own, and who feel like this publication represents them. And I hope in the process of creating it, the group that is most active benefits from this process. Wait, what?
Every Thursday.
Well, that's perhaps the most unexpected part of this thing. When I first took over the Phoenix, it was really a rather small group of close friends who published each other's work. Now we really have a situation where half of our students are 9th graders, and even more possibly. And the Phoenix is really almost like a welcoming committee to 9th graders, incoming 9th graders. And all the weird and intelligent and quirky and creative types have a place when they come here, and that's a good feeling. I knew we were up to something this year when we had to use 3 rooms at the same time, 4 rooms at the same time to meet, because no single room would accommodate us, and that's a good feeling to have. You guys went from publishing something once a year to publishing something 4 times a year, and to meeting weekly. It's a remarkable feat. It's a whole. It's far greater than a publication. It's much more like a community of people, and all of you are very much like a family. In fact, yesterday when I received the aforementioned pizza and a clock, everyone was crying because it felt like a family member is about to leave us.
From before this year, I wasn't really part of the Phoenix, And like my perception of the Phoenix before was it was mainly a literary magazine. It focused on writing and poetry and prose. So I think because I joined, and also because I was friends with the photography editor and the art editor, and because I have that art background, I think that this year the book it has more art in it than previous editions, and I'm really proud of that. And I think that's how it's changed. Like it's starting to balance out the writing and the art, and I think that's really important for a magazine, especially the one we we want to produce. We want to show that students can make both good writing and art. That art is still prevalent in this in our minds and in our life, and we show that through what we make.
So the Phoenix this year was really special because it was really the first groundwork year we've had in a while, in that the editorial team this year set a lot of precedents that I think students at Townsend Harris will be seeing for a long time. I remember when they graduated, the old editors told us that we were insane for a number of reasons. The foremost being that we aspired to produce a quarterly publication on the budget of a single year publication that normally came out at the end of the year. And we had to house 140 new members, basically. We put up a website, we put up a Tumblr, we aspired to produce readings in the library every single month. It was a new thing. All the editors were on board for this. Like, in previous years, what had happened was we were focused on the book aspect of it. On the, let's have photography editors just look at their photography and the literary editor just look at their writing, and then they'll produce a book at the end of the year, and that would be the entire emblematization of the creative sphere of Townsend Harris. And we just blew that up, basically. Because what happened is we turned the Phoenix into an experience. We turned the Phoenix into a place you went once a week to be creative, to be passionate, to be wildly excited about the things that you produce when you put your hand to a pen and pen to paper. And it was a really cool thing, because in additionally to dividing up into different groups of writing, photography, art, we had these readings, we had people working on these books, yes, multiple books. We had people who became more active in the creative community at Townsend Harris because the Phoenix was spearheading that community, and it became a wonderful thing. We showcased the work that kids were doing all year at the school. In between the early morning hours before the sun rose and you were done studying for all your tests but didn't want to go back to sleep, so you thought about writing a poem about whatever was bothering you, we had a place to showcase that. We produced chapbooks, we produced posters, we produced videos of people performing their spoken word or music, and yeah, it's kind of wonderful.
How did the Phoenix change me? Well, it changed me by helping me mature in a way, and how? Well, really to be socially aware of the various kinds of people that are out there, and yet, despite the differences that we have, pretty great differences, we all are united by some way, and united by a passion. It could be writing, it could be art, it could be critiquing, it could be designing, whatever it is, but the fact that I was able to, just expand the horizons of who I meet, who I know, and who I can kind of just have a conversation with. I think that's what really changed me.
But to work in an office with a bunch of crazy psychopaths is a great accomplishment in itself. But I think the biggest accomplishment that the Phoenix has currently is really expanding over the last year. We went from an annual to a quarterly publication and incorporated infinitely more members of the school than ever before. And I think the Phoenix has not only become a home for me, but a home for many other students. And I felt that my passion for creativity has grown being a leader in the Phoenix, and that's one of the most valuable things that Townsend could ever give me.
What keeps me excited about working here because that even though year to year we publish the same magazine, it is always so much that's unique with each year. So much that comes with the territory of who's the editor, who's running it. There's always some kind of a unique, dynamic energy that makes each year unique to from year to year, and I have to adjust to it, and that keeps me fresh. Also, each year tries to add new responsibilities, which makes it more challenging.
It's really cool to think that 20 years from now, when the Phoenix still survives and is up to their like 51st publication, that I'll be able to visit the school and see what the current editors are doing and think, hey, I helped, make this. I was here in the groundwork year when we were just starting to produce 4 books a year, just starting to lay the soil for getting funds together and getting kids together, and thinking, hey, I not only helped create something for 1 year, I helped create something that lasts, and that's something I will remember for the rest of my life.
For future Phoenixers, I want you guys to never give up on your passions, never give up on being creative, no matter how much pressure you have from the school, from your parents, from anywhere outside Townsend Harris. Just always continue taking pictures, continue drawing on practically anything you can find, continue writing short stories, poems, anything you're passionate about, keep doing. And within the Phoenix and within Townsend, I encourage you to make friends with people who have the same passions as you do. That way you can foster your own creativity. And for Phoenix members especially, find your niche within the Phoenix, because we have expanded so far that we have an editorial position for so many people. Currently we have 18 editors, and next year we are planning on adding even more editors with the team that we're assembling currently. So I do encourage you to find your niche, whether it's in public relations or it's in being a content editor or being one of those people that handle communications. It's really a good place to let yourself be a leader in the school and to let yourself be creative.
Stay true to the origins of the Phoenix and don't become all about making that publication, and don't rush just because you need to publish something. Stay true to being creative and stay true to being creative and appreciating what other people and what their minds have to offer. Don't be afraid to step outside of the box, and always, always, always just be yourself and share yourself with others.
So basically, if you're a freshman at Townsend Harris, you're just starting out, you don't know where to go, you want a place to be creative, just know there's somewhere waiting for you on the 4th floor. Step into 403 like I did, when I was a less weird freshman. See a place filled with books and just immediately know that it surrounds a group of people who will become friends for the rest of your time here. Know that there's a place for you to be creative and spontaneous and just unabashedly yourself. Just know that it's rewarding to be creative and to work hard at something, but it's also rewarding to be creative with other people and share that experience.
My words to the future generation, get out there more. Stop being so trapped in your own comfortable zone. It's a lot of the growth that you have to experience eventually is just really getting out there, making new friends, trying the weirdest things ever. It's really going to help you. I think it's going to be a big leap for most of y'all, but it's worth it. So yeah, get out there. Good luck. Queen says. Oh wait, is this done?
Last remarks? I don't know. I hope that this is a place that the Phoenix is a place that will help you guys guys find your creative inner core. Will teach you how to create the conditions that you want to exist. So a lot of people, if they want something, they go to someone else and say, how can I do this? Can we do this? Can we do that? You guys just like actually do it. We have no money, well, we'll raise our own money. We don't know how to work in design, well, we'll learn how to work in design. We don't know WordPress, well, we'll learn WordPress and we'll set up our own website. It's a remarkable skill set, and now you can go on to the world and you should feel like I can do anything. So I hope that's really one of the lessons you take from here. And the other lesson is that bullhorns are really loud. Anything else?
We're good.
Okay, goodbye.